This Diddy case has been an absolute waste of time, and yesterday's verdict was the final nail in the coffin. For y'all to be out there celebrating with baby oil for the Diddy verdict, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. That's absolutely nasty work. But we have to talk about it. The Diddy verdict is in, and it is tearing the timelines apart. Twitter is on fire. Instagram is in disarray. Even people's grandmothers is on Facebook talking about it. The Diddy verdict is tearing the world apart. And honestly, it's absolutely crazy. Diddy has been found not guilty on all accounts that carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. So that's racketeering and conspiracy, and both counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. The 2 counts of transportation for purposes of prostitution he has been found guilty on. They carry a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. This is insane. And I'm going to start by saying I'm in no way, form, a supporter of Diddy. I believe it's a special place in hell for Diddy. I believe there's a lot of things that people have had household conversations about that have alleged Diddy to do or be a part of, that he has done and be a part of. I'm not here to talk about those things, but I believe there's some nasty, vile things that he has done. But trying to prove that this man was a Willy Wonka of the freak-offs wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't. It's way too much proof of people out there being willing participants of these actions, of these freak-offs, flying across state lines to be a part of it, to just say that he's out here the kingpin, setting up a network of people selling people against their will for the acts of sex. That's a hard thing to prove. And I believe a lot of the people that aligned themselves with Diddy, that was a part of these freak-offs with Diddy, wanted to be a part of these freak-offs with Diddy. I really do. A lot of y'all on the timelines are trying to make this situation about men versus women, black men versus black women. That's absolutely nasty work also. Cassie went to trial, filed a civil suit, and was awarded $20 million. This doesn't change what Diddy did. If what Diddy did in that hallway to Cassie, if that was one of my loved ones, he would have to see me in GTA. I promise that. But that is not what he was on trial for. He was on trial because they're trying to say he was forcing people to do a whole bunch of stuff that was against their will. Cassie being one of the people, and that's not what happened. What he did be found guilty of was the prostitution, transportation for the purposes of prostitution. when we are talking about these situations, we have to be very careful. I'm not here to say what's right or wrong, but this is a count that can, for a lot of y'all, have possibly taken action in. It's totally against the law. Do not get me wrong. But a lot of y'all have taken a part of this. A lot of y'all have done this. Your favorite celebrity or superstar is probably doing this. If you are sliding in chicks' DMs or guys' DMs or whoever DMs, telling them to come see me, get on this plane, I got 10 bands for you. Can you fly out to Milan? Me and my homies trying to see what's up. Whatever y'all into. If you are doing that, that can be considered transportation for the purposes of prostitution. If you sending a chick somewhere to your homies, you got bread and you trying to make sure your mans have a good time, that is transportation. A lot of y'all have done this. A lot of y'all favorite Instagram model or celebrity is out in Dubai playing with camels. That's this. Now, I'm not here to sit here and have a conversation about what's right and wrong. It's absolutely illegal to do these things. But this is how a lot of the rich are doing their things. You are not going to see your favorite celebrity out here going to the mall to pick up some shorties. They sending people to go get their chicks. They got a man's on their team to go get their chicks. They are sliding in DMs to get these chicks. They are putting these women on planes across state lines. They're doing that. Like I said, I just don't see where we was trying to really take down Diddy at with these charges. I just don't see it there. Listen, the man has most likely done some very diabolical things. Him laying hands on Cassie the way he did was absolutely not okay. But locking this man up, locking Diddy up because he wants to play with semen with TD Jakes and Carl Winslow is insane. Now that's a nasty group, and maybe you should be locked up for that group. But playing with TD Jakes and Carl Winslow, that ain't a crime. That ain't a crime. If Diddy want to take dudes shopping and you go shopping with Diddy, 50 turned it down. But if you go shopping with Diddy, a lot of y'all see that billion and going shopping with Diddy. Y'all just some freaky boys. That's all I can say. He has some very weird tendencies. I don't kink shame, but I do believe some things are a little too far. But hey, he needs some help. If this is what we're going to try to get him on, it's a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. A waste of time. A lot of those people were down. A lot of those people were engaging in these activities when Diddy wasn't around. A lot of these people were flying out. A lot of these people were making threats and using Diddy as the forefront. A lot of people were being his enforcers and enforcing their own rules on the free calls. They were doing their own thing. There's even believed to be some proof out there that Diddy was saying, yo, Cassie, you want to do your thing, go ahead and do your thing. Now people are talking about mental manipulation, and trying to prove that in court is always going to be a hard thing to do. But they're trying to say a lot of mental manipulation. But he has said, Cassie, you can go. And she wasn't leaving. Trying to take down the Tony Stark of freak offs just ain't it. Just ain't it. Not with his freak offs. Not when so many people have come back and said, oh, Diddy throw the best parties or whatnot. And everybody could be on the act, but a part of the act. Or it could be some level of manipulation and whatnot. He got people saying whatever. You gotta prove that though. And this wasn't enough. I don't even, like, when I heard racketeering conspiracy for him, I didn't even know how they got that in there like that. Like, I just didn't understand it. And trying to prove that was going to be a far outreach. It really was. Trying to prove that was going to be a far outreach. It really was. This wasn't it. And, you know, there's people out there that absolutely need help. I hope you get the help. Especially now, if Diddy come home within the next 2, 3, 4 years, I better not see these same people that said something, which I highly doubt. Try to see them back around them. If y'all going to try to get Diddy, this wasn't the way. This wasn't the way. I could have seen this coming, because it just seemed like an impossible task day in and day out to try to prove that this man was ahead of a criminal organization for forcing people to commit sexual acts that they didn't want to commit. It was going to be damn near impossible. But hey, that's the verdict. Tell me how many years y'all think he's going to get. Honestly, I don't think he's going to get a lot. I really don't. Especially after this verdict, I don't think he's going to get a lot at all. I believe he'll be home soon enough. If he gets like 20 years, I will be surprised. And even if he does, I don't think he'll do the whole 20 anyway. But crazy news. Y'all tell me what y'all think, how y'all feel. I'm more upset that y'all can let me know. But the truth is the truth. This wasn't enough.